Hello there. Welcome to a Broad Experience podcast. This is where we come to share stories about distant lands. We hear some ideas that can help people who are moving or people who are just thinking of moving. It's always an interesting time that we have here because we have interesting guests who come and join us to share with us their stories. Today, we have a great guest. His name is Daniel Alfon. He's going to be here shortly to share with us those stories. And he has also some interesting ideas about LinkedIn. And I'm curious to know what it is that he wants to share with us about LinkedIn. Please remember to subscribe, to comment if you're watching live, or even if you're watching the recorded version. Let us know whether you enjoy the episode. And if you don't, tell us why not. Anyway, let me not take one more minute. Let me just welcome our special guest today, Daniel Alfon. Hi,
Def-
Daniel.
Hi, Anthony. Thank you very much for having me on a broad experience.
You're most welcome. We are honored to have you here.
I was looking forward to this.
Yeah. Where in the world are you?
I'm south of Tel Aviv in a small town called Gan Yavne.
In Israel, that is.
Yeah, not too far from Greece, and we sometimes think we're the center of the world. We're not.
It is. I when I came to Greece, I thought that I'm coming to the center of the world. Now, tell me why you use that phrase, so that we can compare notes.
Okay, so Churchill, I think, said that Western civilization is built on two pillars: Greece and Israel.
Hmm.
In his memories from World War II, Greece, the birth of democracy, of culture as we know it in the West, and Israel, monotheism, morals, and other cultural aspects. And we're very close. A lot of Israelis visit Greece. I think one story I heard, a Greek host asked us, how many Israelis are there in the world? And Anthony, I said something like maybe 10 million, 9, 10. And he said, no, 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 not in Greece, in the world. We love visiting Greece. We love visiting other places, but Israel is home.
Okay, that's great. Let me share my story because we are comparing notes. When I got an opportunity to come to Greece, the idea came, the opportunity arrived, and I would like to go to Greece. Uh, those were many years back when the internet was not so active. So I went on the internet and downloaded a map, or just opened a map. And when I looked at the map, there were not so many maps back then. The map that was there had Greece just at the center of the page. And I said, okay, I'm going to the center of the world. And from there, I explore the rest of the world.
Anthony, imagine you could have taken another map, and instead of seeing Greece, you would move from Kenya to some other place. It's amazing.
You never know. And there are different reasons why people move from one place to the other. And I say mine is divine. I don't know about you. You were not born in Israel, were you?
Right. I was born in France.
So you are French.
Nobody's perfect. Yeah.
So you are French.
Yeah. Nobody's perfect.
Nobody's perfect.
Nul n'est parfait.
So today we're gonna learn some French also. Yeah, the only French I know is bonjour and au revoir.
It's pretty useful. Yeah. I came to Israel as a toddler. I moved back to France, and then I returned for good. It's interesting. Very different cultures. France is very rigid, strict, coded, and Israel is informal, startup, blunt. Very different.
How much time did you spend in France?
All in all, something like 12 years.
Only?
12.
Okay.
Interesting experiences. I think France is an amazing country to live in. I did my studies there, but at come a time you know that your home is not there. And I think the situation has gotten worse since I left France years and years ago.
And the
So
reason there's a reason for that. Please tell us why you consider Israel as your home and not France.
simply because it's the only place in the world where we could practice Judaism in secular ways, orthodox ways, and everything in between.
Mm, okay.
The abroad, if we migrate to Greece or to Thailand or any other place, either you become Orthodox or you lose your ties to Judaism and you marry a Gentile and you basically disappear from the face of the earth. We're all in all 18 million Jews, give and take, in the world. Half of them, less than half of them, maybe in Israel. So this is home.
Yeah, we get it. We get it. Yeah, for someone like me who's never been there, uh, paint for us a big picture of it so that what am I going to meet there when I go to Israel? Because it's one of the, I mean, many people are always dreaming of going there for various reasons. I say one day I should visit Israel. Why should I come?
Because Israel is the only place in the world, Anthony, where you could, within an hour, walk where Jesus walked, look at the Western Wall, and bathe in the Tel Aviv beach.
Mhm.
It's a very small place. We're the size of New Jersey. We're the size of maybe Crete or something like that. We're not not a large country, but we have history everywhere you walk. Jewish prophets were here in Jerusalem. Jerusalem is the where monotheism was for the first time practiced. And if you're into food, Israel is a great place to be too. We have a lot of tourists. We have a lot of cuisines because the Jewish population came from over 100 countries here. So you would have the largest numbers of sushi restaurants in the world, except outside of Tokyo. And in any mid-sized town, you would have dozens of different cuisines, Yemenite cuisines, Italian cuisine, French cuisine, Greek, Turkish, African, American diners, empanadas, churros, Argentinian. Like there's no place like this where you could walk in one street and see 12 different restaurants, all of them good and all of them busy and bubbling.
Okay, now it's sounding more like the center of the world. Yeah, something else. Now, as far as I can remember, growing up, and even in the present day, there is one word that I didn't like very much, but it is very prevalent in Israel from prehistory. The word war. How has it been? Like now you're in Israel, and I'm always hearing Israel and doing that, and so much about it. Tell us about your experience.
It looks much worse than it is. So if you only watch television, you would think there's war waging every time and 24/7. We're located in a tough neighborhood. Our neighbors are not happy with us living. And since the October 7th massacre, we feel less secure. But even here, it's probably the safest place for Jews in the world. And we punch above our weight in military, and we wish and we long for the time we could lay down our arms. But I think it was Golda Meir who said, if the Arabs lay down their arms, there would be peace. If Israel lay down their arms, there would be no Israel. So until we have some neighbors who wish to live in peace and not just destroy another country, we have to be vigilant. That's it. It could be in the Ukraine, it could be anywhere in the world, and we had more than our share.
Have you personally been in close contact with some conflict, some violence of that nature?
Of course, because remember, Anthony, it's a small country.
Mm-hmm.
So when buses exploded when I was a young, like a teenager, um, it, some of the buses were buses I personally took. So you cannot think, had I taken that bus yesterday instead of today, maybe I wouldn't be here to breathe.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, of course, everyone knows people who were tragically assassinated in suicide attacks, in terror attacks, um, but we're basically builders.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way for us to live other than be the last man standing.
Be
Yes, we've been hit, but we'll remain the last man standing.
hmm. And by the way, you present is like, and yes, from the beginning you said that's your home, so you much consider yourself as an Israeli than a French. That's my guess. Uh,
Je peux pas faire la même chose en France. J'ai vécu en
oh.
France, dans la France, but it's different. France is large. France is maybe the cultural center of Europe, and it's an amazing place to be. But it's something else. It's like comparing Greece with the States.
Hmm.
The whole of Greece is much more vibrant, much more Middle Eastern, much the weather is milder, and you can walk from the Acropolis to anywhere else and see history and speak the same language that Greeks spoke 1,000 years ago. And in Israel, it's the same thing. We're the only people who live in the same land, practice the same religion, and speak the same language as our grand forefathers 3 millennia ago.
Hmm. Now, uh, what do you do? I mean, what's your profession, if I may ask?
I'm a LinkedIn mechanic, so I help entrepreneurs leverage the LinkedIn platform better. And since we started this abroad experience chat, thousands and thousands of people, Anthony, have opened a LinkedIn account. Every second, 3 people sign up.
Yeah. I know you're passionate about LinkedIn, so we're going to talk about it. I realize from our interactions that you are on LinkedIn from 2004. What platform did I know back then? Can't remember. That's a long time ago.
It was LinkedIn started late in 2003, and to
Mhm.
tell you the truth, when I signed up in early 2004, like you said, I had no idea that my business would revolve around this. It's close to 1.5 billion users in the world, and it's the world's largest business community. And you know the power of community. You created a community for foreigners in Greece, a Facebook group that has over 80,000 members.
Mhm.
So LinkedIn is a larger community, but the same idea of a vibrant community is still here.
And you've seen so much changes happening on LinkedIn. Um, right now, right now, when we are talking about AI, am curious because I've been on LinkedIn for some time. I can't remember when I first signed up to LinkedIn. I'm gonna check it at some point. Uh, but right now, it's like people are not catching up with the way technology is going. How are you managing to keep up with the changes?
I think the changes will only accelerate. So Anthony, maybe in 12 months' time, you'll look back on today, just like you remember looking at the map and finding Athens to be the center of the world. Like it would look like ancient history. We have no idea where this is going, but AI is changing a lot. It's changing a lot in our small LinkedIn sandbox. It's changing a lot in everything we do. And it's our job to make it work for us and not just exaggerate the bad aspects of automation and stuff like that.
Yeah, and before it does that, we know that we're going to benefit from some of your experience that you're going to share with us. I happen to be linked with the people who are abroad, people who travel here and there. Recently, I'm involved with a lot of digital nomads and remote workers, and most of them use LinkedIn. And maybe they will get something. What aspect would you focus on when you're talking about LinkedIn and when you are focusing on helping them as the mechanic of LinkedIn?
Excellent. So the first question is who for the digital nomad or the expat or the person, are they building a business or are they looking for remote work or something else?
It
If
depends. We have both of them. I mean, all of them.
Okay, so the first question would be who's your ideal reader?
Mm.
For an employee, the ideal reader will be someone who can hire that person. For a business owner, the ideal reader may be their next client.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Once you understand who your ideal reader is, we can move to the second stage, but it's important. The first chapter in your book, Achieve Your Dream, is called What is Your Dream?
Mm-hmm.
Unless you define what success means to you, there's no way you can succeed on LinkedIn or any other platform. So decide what you would like to use the platform for, and start by deciding who's your ideal reader. Then ask yourself, if I could make those people visit my profile, people who could bring me to the organization, send me a contract, work with me, hire me, what action would I like them to perform? And usually it would be go to my website. So you would send them to anthonymuriri.com.
Yeah.
Because why do you want to move them to your website? Because on your website, Anthony, you have a way to capture their information, to send them occasional emails, to build a small community of your own. And as much as I love LinkedIn, LinkedIn is rented space.
Mm-hmm.
LinkedIn could block one of us tonight. LinkedIn could be hijacked. LinkedIn could shut down. You want to move people to your own system, to your newsletter, to your offer, and once you understand who's your ideal reader and what action you'd like them to perform, you start by making sure your profile answers your ideal reader's basic questions. Sometimes there's a gap. So the owner would say, the manager would say, the entrepreneur would say, I want people to go to this website, or I want people to know A. And when we look at their LinkedIn profile, it says B. So it doesn't make sense. We need to minimize the gap, we need to update it, and then the second layer would be deciding who you'd like to connect with on LinkedIn. Very simple question. If you had to pick one Anthony, in 3 years' time, would you rather be the most connected or the best connected? If I had to ask you, what would you answer? How would you answer?
I guess the best connected will be the best thing to do.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
So when I visit your own profile, if you and I share a mutual connection, then I will see the name of those people. So imagine I wanted to reach out to you and work with you, and I see that Peter George is one of our mutual connection. Peter George is a fascinating speaker and podcaster. If I can reach out to Peter and say and ask how he's been, and say, I would like to speak with Anthony. Do you know Anthony well enough to make the introduction? And he says, yes. then I will get your attention thanks to Peter's name. I will be able to suggest something we do together thanks to their names. So be careful about who you connect with, because imagine I had Peter George and Peter Brown, and I have no idea who Peter Brown is. If you look at my own profile, you see both Peters, the one I know and the one I don't.
Okay.
Will I be there to shout, Anthony, not the second one, go to Peter George? No, I won't. So you make your profile speak for itself, and then you make your connections speak for themselves. That's it.
Good. Thank you for that. At this point, let me appreciate people who are watching us. If you're watching us out there, thank you very much. Please engage, ask question, or make a comment like this wonderful viewer who is a mutual connection. No, it's not a mutual connection. Is a friend on LinkedIn with Daniel. So Leon Sapan says, Daniel, you are the best. Always a pleasure learning from you.
It was worth doing this just to hear you say Lian's name. Lian is a wonderful professional I work with, and thank you very much, Lian.
Yeah, and thank you for that, Leon. So you check on the mutual connections and you reach out to another person that is going to be maybe a prospect, maybe someone that you would like to collaborate on something.
Yeah.
What would be the first thing for you to tell them? Because I have received messages not only on LinkedIn but on other platforms, and I'm seeing hello, 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 and and that's the only thing that I see, and I'm like, who's this? What does he? How do you approach someone from the first instance?
Okay, so can we make life simpler for broad experience viewers and listeners?
Okay.
The biggest secret, Anthony, is to know when to leave the LinkedIn platform. So what would happen if I say you wanted to be an MC in an event I run in 2027? And Lian, same lady who commented nicely on this chat, Lian is our mutual connection. Then you don't message me on LinkedIn, but because that would bypass Lian or your network. You leave the LinkedIn platform, you communicate with Lian, you ask how she's been, and then you ask her, do you know Daniel, do you know Anthony well enough? In other words, everything I said happens backstage. What has LinkedIn provided us? LinkedIn has shown us the name, your name, the most important name, and Lian's name. But now you don't have to stick to the LinkedIn platform. You leave the LinkedIn platform, you communicate in real life. You grab coffee, beer, tea, you speak with her, and if imagine she says, yes, I can make the introduction, you may become an MC in an event I organized in 2027 without any traces on LinkedIn. Nothing has been visible on LinkedIn, just you know that you spoke to Lian.
And why is that?
Because you don't have to, if you message me and say, hey, I want to become your MC, this is basically spam. The chances of me reading the message, getting the message, looking at the message, deciding you're okay, and then getting back to you and say, let's do this, are slim, because I don't know you. But if someone who knows you and me says, Daniel, maybe you should listen to Anthony. He's been an MC on an event I attended, and I think it would be good for your event. Then you got my attention. To send me a message would take you 5 seconds. To communicate outside of LinkedIn with Lian and ask her how she's been and then get introduced to me would take you maybe an hour. But isn't an hour of your time worth it to become an MC in a large event? That's for you to decide.
It's more than worth it.
All right. If you're not in the business of selling commodities, slow down and make the introduction count.
Oh, like someone told me that you don't get a second chance for a good first impression. I think that's what you try to mean.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. It's if someone tells me that I need to check you out, then I will go to your website, to your LinkedIn. But then I'm if I'm being referred to you, then I just want to make sure that what you know is compatible with what I'm looking for. So the basic questions would be: were you emceeing events? What sort of events? Because there would be, business events, and there would be maybe foodie events, and there would be something else. So I would have basic questions. But as long, Anthony, as your profile answers the question I ask myself, my chances of wanting to work with you are much better. So
Hmm.
try to answer the questions your prospect has. You know the questions. Make sure the questions are answered via the LinkedIn platform.
Okay, good. Um, as you're speaking, I'm confident that you've gone through my LinkedIn profile in and out. And, and I love people who just put it just as it is. Maybe there's something that you've liked and something that you say, hey, this guy could do these things better. What could those be? Just curious.
Wow. So, first of all, your profile rocks.
Mm-hmm.
Let's look at your profile and let's try to understand what worked on your profile.
Okay.
Um, let's start with the visual elements. The banner, maybe it took you years to MC those events,
Mm-hmm.
but to highlight your banner with these four images and the professional MC services on the right takes you 30 seconds to upload a banner to LinkedIn. Strong, visually appealing banner. And without even reading, I get the understanding that, hey, you've gone places. I recognize some of the flags and you smile here. So I think it could be interesting. When I see the professional MC services, I'm attracted to learn more. I look at your profile photo. You look straight up and there's sort of a smile here. Next, you provided very important information here. Let me read it out. Events MC. That's the very first thing we see. Then dream achievement speaker and facilitator. Author, helping individuals and teams achieve their big dreams. Lastly, open to international opportunities, being a facilitator speaker for 10 plus years in hundreds of events. You got my attention. If I scroll down, you made it easy for me to read this. This is not a short text, but Anthony, thanks to the white spaces and the empty lines, I can read this. And this is a story. Both the audience and the event organizers' dreams. This is stories, and stories are, we love stories. Our minds are wired to remember stories. And this helps me understand what you're doing, what your specialty is, and even how to get in touch with you. I only scrolled once and I already have the information I need. I could look at what you shared, I could look at other information, but your profile attracted me. It's visually interesting, and you answer our basic questions. So you're doing great. Here, I can email you, WhatsApp you, or go to your website. Way to go.
Oh, okay. Thank you. And since you didn't mention something that maybe you didn't like there, tell us, what do most people get it wrong when they are doing their profiles?
Um, usually, there's often a gap. So imagine that you pivot and that in 2028 you would specialize in communities of expats in Greece, but the only sorts of events you would like to do would be, say, political. Okay, something else.
Mm-hmm.
If you pivoted, if you change, if something has become more important to you, then I suggest that your LinkedIn profile reflects your new interests. Make your profile speak for itself. And the simplest way to do it is to have a reminder every 3 months to check it out. Maybe in 3 months' time you'll read it and you say, I'm fine, I don't have to change anything. Excellent. But if in 2 years' time you say, hey, this is Anthony of 2026, and now I want to show something else, then it's our responsibility to do it.
Okay. And it's good that you mentioned that because for people with presence on various other platforms, and that includes me, I've discovered that I've pivoted or added some services on my website or changed some things that I was doing. And I change it on one platform and then I forget to change it in the others. So at some point, someone who is approaching me tells me of what I do, and I'm like, oh, I stopped doing that like a year or 2 years back. I forgot to change it on the other platforms. So that's some important thing that you remind us to change, to adapt, to just be clear when we are making the changes that we are doing.
It's good news. It's mean you're dynamic. It's mean you're doing something else. But try to adjust your presence so you don't have to apologize. You don't have to say, oh, I forgot to do this, but this is actually what I'm interested in. Simply show the world what you are interested in.
Yeah. Okay. I know that you now. I guess that you have a community there. There are people that you interact with where you are in Israel, Tel
Yeah.
Aviv, a local community, or maybe even an abroad community. Which is the? I mean, how has it helped you to interact or to get friends or uh, people who are to connect with on the ground?
I think, Anthony, that networking is the most important skill, especially in the age of AI.
Hmm.
Because knowledge, when I was born, like 5,000 years ago, knowledge was very important. It wasn't very easy to identify the map and to see where Athens, Greece is. But right now, 5-year-old kids could go to any AI tool and get the information. But your network can tell you things that AI cannot. Your network can say, you know what? I've just spoken with someone who's organizing a major event in 8 months' time, and this will happen in Kos in Greece. Would you be interested in speaking with that person? Now, of course, Anthony, if you wait long enough, you would have known about the event. But there's a difference between seeing the banner and the RSVP and saying next week come to Kos and being on stage emceeing the event because you knew about it 8 months before the event. So your networking was always important. It has even become more important because information is now accessible to all.
Hmm. Have you been to other places apart from Israel? Now we are changing course a bit.
Sure. Visited Russia, Italy, Turkey, the States, Canada, Holland, the UK, Northern Ireland. Um, the places I want to go are our neighbors, Lebanon, Syria, Egypt, Jordan, United Arab Emirates. But I visited lots of places. Not as not as often as you have, but it was always interesting. Montenegro, Greece, of course, at least 4 times. You live in a wonderful place.
Mm, thank you. And which amongst them? now apart from Israel, which were very good, which was very good. I mean, some now apart and maybe out of put out Israel and Greece and tell me some other place that you really loved to be in.
I really loved every place I visited. If you had to push me, then Italy.
Italy.
Yeah, we've
Mhm.
been to Italy a few times. Nothing beats pasta in a trattoria with someone you love, and it's difficult to beat.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah, we'll put that on our list for those people who have not been there yet. Yeah, we you mentioned something in the future, and that means that it will be okay for us to at some point end this broadcast, uh, knowing that we have a future to look forward to. um, what exactly could you be thinking of doing in the next 10 years if you are to pivot?
I have a reminder asking me, do I want to keep specializing in LinkedIn? And for the last decade or more than a decade, I say yes. But at one point, I'll change course.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea what it's going to be. I enjoy working with the people I'm working with. Um, Maybe as I grow older, I'll decide I want to do something else that will maybe around the world of podcasting or content creation or stuff like that. But it's not soon.
It's not soon,
Yeah, I'm
but
happy with what I do. So
yeah, but definitely visiting more lands and having some great abroad experiences.
yes, walking the earth where you hear a different language, you see a different culture, you learn from the locals. It's something that up to 100 years ago, most of humanity could not do. Most of humanity could not leave their own town. Like going to the big city was a major event. But now we can walk, we can find Airbnb in Buenos Aires, we can go to anywhere we like and learn from others.
Mm, good. And for those people that would love to learn from you, how do they do that? How do they connect with you?
Thank you very much, Anthony. All they have to do is go to my website, and that's danielalfon.com. Thanks for the link. It's Daniel, then Alfon. Just mention that you checked out the abroad experience.
Okay. And we really thank you. Hey, all viewers and listeners, go to Daniel Alfon. He spelled it out for you. So you can even you are listening only. You can just type that and go to the website and connect with Daniel. Daniel, we really appreciate you coming to this podcast.
Anthony, it's been a pleasure, and keep helping digital nomads no matter where they are.
Yeah, we keep helping and we keep hearing these stories. Let's keep having these experiences and ideas, abroad experience.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, to all our listeners and viewers, thank you very much. If you have watched the recorded version, thank you also. We really appreciate you. That's about it for today on this episode of Abroad Experience podcast. This has been your host, Anthony Mirore. And together with our very wonderful guest, Daniel Alfan, we're saying until next time, it's bye for now. Bye.